Okay. Sorry. Sorry. So I have a question directed to Director DMA. I've heard a lot of complaints and concerns from.
Would you just repeat your question?
Oh,
The live stream just started. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I have a question for Director DMA because she is our Director of Health and Wellness. I've heard a lot of concerns from students about the masking mandate, so I just wrote something up because I wanted to ask a few questions. So, with Towson's shift from a K95 mask requirement to not having one in less than 24 hours of the announcement, a lot of students are concerned about their safety and how much of a priority the institution places on their health. Because you're a part of those conversations, I would like to hear from you the process behind suddenly dropping the mask mandate. Like, how did the university administration start discussions about changing the masking requirements? What levels of participation and input did they have from vulnerable populations that will have their safety threatened by this change? And do you believe that that as a student advocate, you were heard by administration and faculty?
Could you start off with the first question?
Yeah. How did the university administration start discussions about changing the masking requirement?
Okay, so I can't speak for university administration, but from being in the COVID response leadership team, we started that like the beginning of the semester. I remember having in my communications that they were looking through a step down process and stuff, and things were going to move quickly. But they started that conversation in the beginning of the semester and then worked their way through. I think we've seen from Towson already that they usually follow trends, and anything that USM does or the CDC approves or other Maryland University does, they follow suit. So that's usually how it works.
Okay. My second question is, what level of participation and input do they have from vulnerable populations?
Say that again?
Yeah. What level of participation and input do they have from vulnerable populations?
So again, I can't speak for them. I can only speak for me and what I've seen. The people that are on that team usually get their information from TMAC or the health center about immunocompromised students on campus since they know who they are. But I can't speak for who they spoke with, but I can only speak from me that I've spoken with people, and especially like on the group chat, I've asked people and heard discussions from people's classes. So that's from my part. I can't speak for anybody else.
Okay, I'm sorry. My last question is, do you believe as a student advocate, you were heard by administration and faculty?
Yeah, I do believe that I was heard. Like I said, they were going to do what they were going to do beforehand, and I knew that. Of course, like a lot of people don't know, but it's not like other committees where you can vote on. Our committees are basically just recommendation committees where we like recommend certain things. We can probably like implement things that are other than the mask mandate. Like we saw last semester with us having exams online, that was implemented. But stuff like the mask mandate, we just recommend to the president's cabinet and we approve or disapprove.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Come to the mic, sorry.
Marvin Brown, Senior. President of O, did they ask for your opinion about the mask mandate? Like, did they ask for like any like student opinion, like ask you to be representative of that? Or it's like, was all COVID stuff directed to your director?
President of O.
So both Director DMA and I do have space on this committee to contribute to attend meetings. Director DMA has been the primary representative as of late, just because the meeting does conflict with our exit program, but I trusted her to raise any concerns, and we always speak before and after those meetings. There's also, I also wanted to put out, it's not just students, there's 3 shared governance bodies at the university, and they all have representatives on this committee, so for students, faculty, and staff. Any concerns we received through social media, XGA email, anything like that, I forwarded to the
chair of the committee, which is the provost, Melanie Perot, as well as director DMA. I also have been adamant about speaking with Director DMA and the provost and Dr. Hurt, who's also on this committee, who's the vice president of student affairs, whenever we heard concerns. I will say, in terms of my personal input, like I've been very, very vocal about it. And I plan to, after this discussion today, share a statement on what I think is best from the student perspective. Would you say?
No, that's good, because I think a lot of student bodies they're kind of taken aback, they didn't really see this coming. So they're kind of waiting for an explanation from leadership. So they hear that you're about to give one, it's good.
Yeah, I didn't want to, without having this conversation with you all, I'm really hearing. I've heard some in classroom settings, I've heard some kind of in passing, but I wanted to wait until this General Assembly to have this time during public participation for that. So please, if you have anything you'd like to include, please raise it now. I will say I was gonna wait for my report, but I can talk a little bit about it now. Did you have any additional questions that I wanted to respond to before I go on a?
No, go ahead, take it away.
You're so, okay. Thank you, Martin. I will say some of the things that I've talked with Dr. Hurt as well as President Schatzel about earlier this week during our 2-on-1 meeting that I had with Vice President Ambush is that students came into the semester under the pretenses that there were going to be masks on campus, and that may have given them the assurance or whatever comfort they needed to come and enroll. So I do think, at least for this spring semester, the university should encourage modalities of virtual instruction, being able for students to have that option for the spring semester, at least, because they did come in with that in mind when they did enroll for the spring semester. So that's one thing that came up from, I think, students that did have concerns, was just about accommodations. I know with labs and things of that nature, it may be harder to implement, but I'm prepared to urge the provost to encourage professors to do so, just so students have that option. But that was one of the primary takeaways I heard from students, but I'll yield the floor to anyone who have any additional concerns. I know it did feel really fast, and they did suspend the dashboard, which I don't completely agree with. I will say from a personal standpoint, but up until this point, if you monitored the dashboard, that was keeping up with how we were doing with COVID on campus. Towson University's risk level is quite low by the science that's represented in that dashboard. So yeah, but I will yield the floor over. Thank you so much for your concern, Marvin. Is there any other public participation or student concerns? If not, we will move to communications, advisor remarks.
I don't have any remarks today, so with that, I.
Oh, sorry, could you use a mic? Sorry. I don't know. Can you pass that mic down, please? Thank you so much. No.
Hey, everybody. With, I don't have any report, so with that, I yield.
Thank you. Appropriations Committee. Government Operations Committee.
Okay, hello, everyone. I actually do have a report, which doesn't happen often. So really quickly, the GovOps time for this semester is going to be 2 to 3 p.m. on Wednesdays, beginning tomorrow. I am implementing more strict deadlines for legislation this semester to hopefully expedite the process, especially because I know there is a little bit of backlog in the Senate right now. I'm trying to get things to you guys on the floor as fast as possible. So with that being said, if you want us to review our legislation, you have to turn it in by Friday prior to GovOps. So if you wanted us to review something next week, you have to turn it in Friday. And that's so I can send it to the committee for sort of like a pre-read, get the friendly amendments that don't require discussion out of the way so that we can get things rolling faster. Please send your research along with that, because to also keep things going quickly, I'm not going to be having every sponsor of every bill come to the meeting and talk to us, because that can just take a lot of time. So please send your research and the bill in the Friday prior to GovOps if you want us to review it. And if there are a lot of questions within the committee, I will ask you to come and talk personally, but otherwise just assume you don't have to come. Does anyone have any questions about that? If not, Yes, chief.
Submit the bill. You have to submit it to you, your email.
Good, that was a good point. I forgot to say. Please submit it to Pro Tem Teddy and Vice President Ambush so that they can review it and then send it to me by Friday. Good question. If there's nothing else, then I do.
Thank you. Rules Committee?
Hi, everyone. So like you saw with GovOps, meetings, committees, times have been finalized. So the Rules Committee will be happening every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m., most likely in like our quiet space downstairs. And so currently I'm working on a calendar to get through the documents as fast and like effectively as possible. So I will be like having a deadline for when changes should be submitted to me for review. And so I plan on sending like a mass email asking for those to be sent to me hopefully by the end of this week. Thank you. With that, I do.
Thank you. President DeVoe. Hi, everyone. A couple of quick things, some exciting things, some just kind of mundane, but just wanted to keep you all in the loop. So last week, going in, I guess, chronological order, I was able to meet with the alumni board after GA, well, I guess 6 p.m. on Tuesday last week, to discuss just kind of some reports and things like that. We have more to share with them, I think, than the other way around, because I think we've all been up to date on some of the things going on with construction, so I won't go into too much detail about that. It's more so for the alumni that come back and they're a little bit, I guess, more concerned about what's going on. We're kind of witnessing it firsthand. And then additionally, Friday, I was able to meet with the Board of Visitors. One thing that's exciting that's coming up, I know we've mentioned it a lot, which is the R2 goals for the institution. So the provost gave a presentation on what those might look like, those changes that would move us to being more of a research institution, one of which would be producing more doctoral degrees, things of that nature. So that's really exciting. If you are considering grad school, that will be relevant to you all in the near future, some of you. So I wanted to mention that as well. Kind of in light of our conversation around the green fee, I wanted to update you all on that a bit. So I was able to, after the alumni board meeting, speak with Brian DeFilippis, who's the vice president for university advancement, who also is I'm not sure what the position is, so forgive me, over the TU Foundation. So he is also the go-between in terms of the president's discretionary fund for excellence. So as mentioned during the green fee discussion, I was able to propose a sustainable project for a pilot for the program that we discussed. And he's really excited about it and is willing to hear our thoughts and present that to the president because there are no other projects in line right now. And we were able to speak with President Schatzel about that more at length on Monday. So that's really exciting. So yay, yay. And then Doctor, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. A lot of DP meetings, a lot of doctors. I'm appointing you all as doctors, but Director Johnstone, that's really exciting. So we look forward to hearing your presentation and seeing what comes of that. Additionally, I'm hoping to encourage them to use some of that fund towards accessibility initiatives, particularly for blind students. More info to come on that. Vice President Ambush and myself were able to meet with the following vice presidents as well this week. So that's Vice President Bradley over the Office of Inclusion and Institutional Equity, as well as Dr. Hurt, who's over Student Affairs. You all are familiar. We were able to talk about some things in terms of safety, in terms of hate bias in dining, which is honestly an issue you all know I've been adamant about all year. So I'm hoping that we'll move some things forward on that soon. Also, the renaming committee for West Village 1 and 2, the meeting was canceled earlier this week, but it is really exciting. So goodness gracious, I'm sorry, y'all. The submissions went live for the contributions to that. So if you all would like to let me know any proposals you have for the naming of those buildings, please let me know. So we can have our input and something meaningful for those buildings, since we were able to have those Carroll and Peka taken down. And I think that those are the main things I want to talk about. I talked a little bit about masking. So if you guys do have any input on that statement that's going to be going out, I do want to touch on ADS accommodations that still exist for students with medical accommodations or are immunocompromised, as well as virtual modalities, as I previously mentioned, in addition to just promoting voluntary masking culture. If you all wish to mask, as many of you are doing right now, that's absolutely okay. Please do not shame anyone for wearing a mask or vice versa. But those are really the only things that I felt were main issues to address. But if there are anything else, if there are any other pieces you all want to contribute, please let me know. I'm trying to think. Sorry. I'll circle back for member of the week at the end. But thank you all so much. With that, I yield. Thank you. Treasurer Colquitt.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tiger Tuesday. First off, I'll start by sharing for Chair Celine. Approach will be meeting 3:30 to 4:30 on Tuesdays. Not sure that many of your legislation requests will go through approach, but just wanted to share that. Also, our fee forum will be tomorrow at 5:30 in University Union 322. We'll be discussing fee and tuition increases for next year. So please, if you haven't already, share our post on your story and get folks to come out. This is usually during a GA time, but tomorrow it's not. Not sure why the change happened, but hopefully it doesn't impact our SGA participation and involvement around this important discussion. So again, tomorrow from 5:30 until and UU 322. And with that, I'll be doing fee form tabling tomorrow from 1 to 4. I sent out the sign up genius. If I could get some volunteers, that'd be greatly appreciated. Just 30-minute time slots, so not too much of your time. I also proposed a new online programming spreadsheet that I shared with Chief of Staff Moody. So that'll be getting rolled out within the next week. And it's basically just an updated version of the internal expense request form so that myself and Ms. Vicky can better track our finances and ordering and all sorts of things like that. So when you're planning your events, they should go more smooth. And finally, the laptop order program. I've been working with President DeVoe and Dean Skabakis around this. Advisor Lino did approve the order, so now we're just waiting on vendors to get back to us in terms of when they'll be in so we can start distributing the laptops. With that, I yield.
Thank you, Attorney General Kapoor.
It's a very good question.
Yes.
Does the service fee table, does the fee hours count as like service hours?
Can you repeat that, please? Thank you.
Does the fee tabling count as service hours or office hours?
It would definitely count as office hours. And the fee form does count as office hours as well. But I'll yield to Director Baxton, and it looks like he's giving a head nod.
Oh, what? Office hours.
Only office hours. Okay, no service hours.
Thank you, Attorney General Kapoor.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so just a reminder, please make sure you're completing the virtual hours form that me and Margaret both check weekly. So there's little weekly spots, so just put your position and just the hours, sign in and out like the weekly sheet. Events, when you have them finalized, the time, location, etc., please just send me a little group me message and then I'll put them on band. Resume building workshop is in the process of being planned, so hopefully by the summer I will help you make some good resumes. And then a suggestion box, which we talked about during winter retreat, will be in the office starting tomorrow morning. And then accountability review request forms. So I hope you're all submitting them. They can be found on band once again, but also for those of you who have submitted them, follow-ups will be going out this week. Thank you, and with that I yield.
Thank you, Chief of Staff Moody.
Hello, everyone. So I just want to remind everyone to please speak in the mic when you're talking, even if it's just a small question. We just want this space to be as accessible as possible. So even if it's just a small question, please speak into the mic. I did order 2 more mics that's going to be here like on these tables, so it'll be like better, but just please speak into the mic. Also, if you sent an event proposal, I should have scheduled a meeting with you. So if you have an event proposal, but I haven't met with you, just please see me after GA so we can schedule a meeting to meet. Please also remember that we are hiring for the Director of Special Projects position. That is open. This Thursday pre-meeting will be led by me, Treasurer Colquitt, and Director Edwards. It's going to be a campus resource refresher. If you don't have a name badge, binder, nameplate, please let me know by Friday. Also, the weekly emails have been going out. If you need anything in the weekly emails, just let me know by 5 p.m. Thursday. And I just want to say thank you all for like improving your weekly reports this week. exec board is very appreciative. That I yield.
Thank you. Department of Academic Affairs.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I hope you all are having an amazing day. Your week's been going well so far. Okay, I'm not gonna be too long. So Vice President Ambush and I, we met with the college, the Dean of the College of Business and Economics. We were just talking about our priorities for the semester. I'm starting a little thing about, I'm meeting with the Dean of every college to talk about the process of enrollment for transfer students. I've gotten a couple complaints from students that it's not very easy. As academic affairs, I feel like it's my duty to represent them. So I am doing that. If anyone here is a transfer student, you have complaints, let me know. I will be your person. Next week, I'm meeting with the Dean of Cook Library to finalize all the construction plans that are starting soon. So by next week, I'll just have a quick little spiel for you about what's going to happen, how great it's going to be. I'm really excited. I hope you are too. I also have been in contact with the department chairs of the Center for the Arts about the Not at TU art exhibition. We're going to get an email out to the entire student population to get them make artwork. I'm so excited. It's going to be great. We're going to have a lot of participation with that. And as of today, we have finalized a date and time for Goat Yoga. It's going to be Friday, May 13th. Thank you. Very excited. So yeah, and with that, I yield my time.
Thank you. Department of Campus Activities. Department of Civic Engagement.
Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. All right, so I'm going to keep this nice, short, and sweet. This Thursday, we have our Philip Forward tabling event. It's from 1 to 3 p.m. Just downstairs in the Union where you see all those tables. Next Friday, we have the history of foraging, which is 4:30 to 5:30, and that will be in the lecture hall. Please show some support for both those events. They're going to be fun and great and interesting, and you get some free stuff. So hey, as President DeVoe mentioned, we did meet up for the green funding projects. We have 2 projects in mind. They're both kind of in their early stages right now. But if anyone has any questions or wants to talk to me one-on-one about them, I'd be happy to. Lastly, I have my weekly civic engagement social responsibility meeting. The only important thing to note from there is that we're probably going to be having a Maryland primary debates watch party. It's going to be virtual. It's being held, I believe, at either UMD or Coucher, maybe? Anyhow, I don't know exactly where it's being held, but it's not here, so it's going to be virtual. That'll be March 9th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. But yeah, with that, I yield.
Thank you. We're going to loop around back to CAB.
Hi. So this week, CAB has a few events coming up. We have our creativity event, which is tomorrow. It's about self-care. We're at 12 to 3. We have our Tiger Fest reveal on March 4th at 5:30. And we have Catholics on the same day at 6:30.
All right. Thank you. Department of Communications.
Hello, everybody. Nothing too major. Doing headshots. If you haven't had your headshot yet, please contact me. It's only a few of you at this point, I believe. We are working on a statement regarding masking and non-masking. That's going to go up shortly. And if you have any events you want to repost it, you want it on the Instagram story, just let me know and I can do that for you guys. I believe that is all that I yield.
Thank you. Department of Community Outreach.
Hello, everyone. Just thank you all for your participation in all the service events throughout February, whether it was the delightful card making, Maryland Book Bank, stabling for the cards, or just any other service event that you did with your other clubs, orgs, and sororities. Really appreciate it. Just make sure you get those logged into involved.tu. For the most part, if you did the delightful card making, I already got you down. I logged your hour for you. This upcoming March, probably in the next week, I'll be sending out a mass email to everyone in SGA with all the service events going around campus this March, just like I did February, and just like updates on how to upload your service hour to involved at TU. And lastly, I always hate to bring the bad news. I seem to always have the bad news. But if you're thinking about being an SGA next year, you might want to do your service hours. Because if you don't do your service hours this semester, you will not be able to run for elected office or apply to appointed office next school year. That's in our governing documents. So hate the bad news, but I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. Please do your service hours. Department of Diversity and Inclusion.
Hello, everyone. I hope you all have a good Tuesday. I don't have much to say, so mainly, like you mentioned, I've been playing on a TU. I've done a great job, and like Assistant Director Young said, we're doing an art gallery so that I could like spread the word, allowing students to be able to submit art pieces and everything. So just let them know. We're gonna have hopefully a post up in a week or two about that, which is very exciting. Also with that, I got to meet with the Disability Student Union because I'm planning to do a fundraiser with them as well for TU, do a nice fundraiser and get back to the community, which is all great and everything. And as well, meet with CSD as well to talk about like hate bias within that community and planning an event with them to do all that. And yeah, not too much. And with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Department of Health and Wellness.
Okay, so the date for It's On Us has been approved, so that will be May 2nd. So for anybody who hasn't joined the committee already, so anyone who hasn't joined the committee already can join. You can like my message or like get in contact with me. And also like if you want to get like involved, you can also do it for office hours, just so y'all know. I met with administration about the free menstrual products, and right now we're looking at 2 different organizations to partner up with. So after that, there's going to be a timeline on like when this is going to happen, most likely for the next school year. So I'll let you guys know once all of that starts happening. So the university has bought 25,000 extra K95 masks for the buildings. So you might notice that there are more masks later on into the semester. I also will be chairing for the USM's mental health committee. So if anybody wants to like be a part of that, please let me know, or if anyone has any initiatives or any ideas or any concerns, please let me know. And with that, I yield.
Thank you. Department of Higher Education.
Hi, everybody. I don't have a lot to report this week. The committee for the Arts Integration Marathon event, we're having our first meetings. I'm having one on Wednesday, one on Friday. It's all going to be the same information, just whatever, like time slot works for you. Definitely come. If you still want to join the committee, you definitely can. There's always a spot for you. So yes, the committee meeting is going to be Wednesday, so tomorrow and Friday at 11:30. It will be virtual. So just let me know if you want to stop by or if you want to be on the committee. Of course, thanks to the mentors that came this week to exit, you're much appreciated. And again, you can log these as service hours. I've only had like one person logged in as service hours, which is like great, but like still, you guys can use it. I have 2 more arts organizations that want to collab for the event. And then I just got some elementary school instrumentalists as well, which is very exciting. And as a reminder, the arts event is going to be April 1st, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it's going to be in the new Union Theater, so that's very exciting. Had a meeting with ECS about that. So it's going to be in the Union Theater, and we're also going to have a tech. So if you can't make it to the event, maybe you can stop by tech and see what would happen at the event. And with that, I forgot to mention this like 2 weeks ago, but I guess it's still relevant. I met with Director Thaxton about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, and we're like in the planning process of doing like a field day event with like high schools and middle schools or in the area. So if that's something you'd be interested in, come find one of us. We can give you like more info. And with that,
Thank you so much. Department of Marketing.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just wanted to give a quick rundown of the events we have coming up. So as Treasurer Copa said, we have the fee forum tomorrow at 5:30. We have the history of foraging event, on the 11th, hosted by Director Johnstone. We have the badminton tournament on Saturday, hosted by Chief Justice Bernardo also. And we have, Director Edwards' basketball tournament coming up on March 17th. Thank you. With that, I yield.
Thank you. Department of Student Organizations.
Okay, I'm gonna, can you hear me? Okay, I'm gonna be speaking on behalf of, oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm going to be speaking on behalf of student orgs today. So the center assignment tracker sheet was sent out last week. Please remember to remind everyone you have to meet with your student org to receive 5 Tiger points. Tomorrow evening, the weekly email for Senate and advertising will be sent out. TU4U event on March 12th. More info to be sent out in the email tomorrow. No monthly involvement fair. There's going to be a bigger one at the end of the year. So just remind your student orgs there's no monthly involvement fair, and they can start promoting it. That I yield.
Thank you. Department of New Student Development.
Hey guys, so first transfer council meeting was yesterday, it was a success. I'm still accepting more members, so if you know transfers, please tell them to come out. Also, I've been working on 3v3 March Madness tournament, as Director Clark just mentioned. So that'll be on March 17th. Promotion for that will be coming soon. So please tell your friends. And then also I've been working on a multi-club game night collaboration through SGA. So be on the lookout for that as well. With that, I go.
Thank you so much. Maryland Higher Education Council Representative.
No report.
Thank you. Greek Life Representative.
Hello, I haven't seen you guys in a while. Sorry about that. So over the weekend, the Greek leaders of the NIC, IOC, handheld, NGC, and PHC, and IGC went to the Northeastern Greek Leadership Academy. It was a very fun event in Baltimore. We met a lot of different speakers, and overall just got to meet each other and bond and come up with new ideas for goals for this semester and going forward. So that's very good. DPIE is having their annual ANAD week, which is the National Association of Anorexia and Nervita and Associated Disorders. There's an event on Wednesday at 7 to 9, which is the chapter feud, and it's $5 a ticket if you want to come watch. And then they have an event on Thursday, 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Freedom Square, that you can plant flowers and stuff and learn about the different things that they do for their philanthropy. But looking forward to Greek Week events that will be posted on Instagram shortly. And then with that, I yield.
Thank you so much. Freshman Council Representative.
Hi, everybody. My name is Derek. Hi, my name is Derek. I am the representative for Freshman Council. Yesterday we had an event for Black History Month called Spoil Culture Game Night Edition, and it was a huge success. It was a good turnout, a lot of engagement, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. I'd like to congratulate Senator Evelyn for coming out and also being one of the winners. Also, the 3 winners will pick up the AirPods in the SGA office, so please spread that out. We also have an interest meeting for freshman council tomorrow on Wednesday. So if you know any freshmen that are interested in council, please let them know. Tell them to reach out to Damien or me or whoever's in the freshman council to come out. We encourage please Department of Communications and everyone else to please repost flyers so everybody can know what. Repost flyers so people can know what we're about, that we are really interested. We want more members to come and show up. And with that, I end.
Thank you so much. Disability Representative.
I hope your day is good. So I just have a few things to report. Today I had a meeting with the House and Athletics Department concerning the Autism Awareness event they had earlier in February, and we are planning on having several meetings throughout the spring to talk about that and the issues that arise from that. In addition, I have a pre-meeting set. It's April 14th, part of that, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to be hosting a pre-meeting about disability and just some general knowledge on that for y'all to know then. I also am going to be having meetings with ADS about some issues I have received from students about them not being accessible, ironically, and having issues with them not treating their students the best. So I'm going to be having a meeting starting on Thursday and hopefully having more after that. I've also been asked to go to the director for ADS interviews that will be happening throughout March. I will be going to those. And then also I just have that disability survey. If y'all can fill that out or get people you know who are disabled or identify as such to fill it out, I would deeply appreciate that. And then finally, I am going to continue to have my conversations with students about accessibility on campus, disability, ADS and stuff like that. So if anyone knows anyone who wants to have a conversation, I if y'all want to have a conversation about that, please do contact me. And yes.
President DeVoe. If you wouldn't mind just talking a little bit about the autism awareness event. I know you alluded to it, but I just personally am not aware, and I don't know if other members would like to know what was the issue that arose at the event.
Okay, yeah, so the autism awareness event was a basketball game and like a weekend that the Towson Athletic Department had in the beginning of February. And there were a few, and I was received an email from some autistic students about the issues that I arrived, did some further research, agreed, have had conversations. There are a lot of things, I will name a few of them. One thing is it was in partnership with Autism Speaks, which is a group that many consider a hate group in relation to autism because they believe in curing and eugenics ideology and related to autism. In addition, they also use as a symbol a ribbon, and this ribbon symbol is called the cancer ribbon, and it's associated with cures, finding cures and diseases such as cancer, HIV, etc. So by having that, it wasn't implying that autism is a disease that needs to be cured. Thirdly, they use a puzzle piece symbol to represent autism, which is not the symbol you use to represent autism. That symbol you do use is a rainbow infinity sign. And the issue with the puzzle piece is it originates from 1990 of article called The Puzzling Position of Autism. Implies that autism is something that is student people suffer with, that it's a issue, and that it's often used in modern drawings. A by Autism Speaks is the symbol, but also in addition, it's implying that there's something missing from the brain when autism is not something missing from the brain, but rather it is just a way the brain is working differently. And there's a couple of smaller other things, but those are the big ones for that.
Thank you so much. In addition, I just wanted to thank Finley for helping me. So last week, was it last week? At Tiger Friday, whenever Tiger Friday was, I did use language around student debt, saying crippling student debt, and I was not aware of how offensive that could be. So thank you so much for directing me to some resources on that. I really appreciate that. And honestly, I would utilize our representatives as resources for professional development and things of that nature. But thank you so much for that and for educating us today. Thank you. Happy Tiger Tuesday, everyone. Okay, so last week I met with the provost, with Assistant Director Wilkham. That was an amazing conversation we had. We can't go into specifics, but let's say there's some awesome research opportunities coming. Most of my time has been spending with the CIO search, which is the Chief Information Officer. I'm on the search committee. I can't go into details about it, but that search is starting, which I'm very excited about. My big project right now is really getting the legislation we passed last semester, getting those all in one shared drive and beginning the process of implementation. It is March, so if you are like wanting to have legislation done, I really recommend you send it soon so our committees can look at it, because March and April go by really fast, and May is like 3 weeks of like quickness. So if you have an idea for legislation, I really suggest that you submit a legislation request sooner rather than later. And lastly, I want to say, after we're done with this meeting, you are all going to take your wonderful nameplates and you're going to put them in a box, which is next to Advisor Leno on the floor. And you're going to put that there, and we're going to take it back to the office, and then every GA, the setup crew, will take the box, bring it here, and set it up for everyone, so everyone knows their assigned seats. And that way, for example, today we're confirming a new member, so when new members come in, we can kind of save spots for them, and everyone knows where to sit. Yeah, if there's no questions, I yield. Okay. Are there any opinions of the court?
Hi, everyone. Happy Tiger Tuesday. No opinions. With that, I yield.
Thank you. I'll yield the floor to President DeVoe. Also, I did want to take some separate allocated time during our meeting today to announce that we did have 2 resignations for the directors of both academic affairs and student organizations. So I just wanted to inform you all of that. I appreciate the assistant directors who will be stepping up in those capacities. Thank you so much. And I won't be going into detail about any of that beyond that, just out of respect for those parties, but I did want to announce that during today's General Assembly. That I yield. Thank you. We will now switch.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. So there is no unfinished business today. We'll now move into new business. And in order to review resolution 31, we'll need someone to unfortunately break Senate rules. So with that being said, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Rank?
I move that we break Senate rules to review resolution 31.
Okay, is there a second? Senator Mackey?
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion? If not, we'll now vote to break Senate rules to review resolution number 31. All those in favor? Opposed or abstaining? Okay, that the motion passes, and we're now reviewing resolution number 31, which is concerning the appointment of Cameron Brown as the AD of Marketing. Cameron, would you come up? And you can just briefly let us know why you like to join SGA, and then we'll have questions open for you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to join SGA because I have a passion for bringing people together. And that's basically the foundation of SGA, is to bring the entire student body together. Make sure that everybody feels represented, heard, and just truly integrate the campus. And particularly in the PR or marketing department, I'm passionate about spreading the word. I just like doing that. And I manage other companies. I'm from Chicago. Nobody knew that, but I'm from Chicago, so I manage a company that's in Chicago. And their whole platform is expanding the knowledge of the community, especially on topics that normally probably wouldn't be discussed or would be discussed in small groups. So that's why I want to be in marketing. So yeah.
Open the floor for any questions, comments that you all have for Cameron. Director Clark, did you? So I guess we can, okay, yes, Director Saxon.
So, you probably know the director of marketing does a lot of like flyer making and like sometimes posting to our Instagram. So I was just wondering, like, do you have experience like Canva or the Adobe Suite or any other programs like that?
Yes, I'm well versed in most of the suite programs, as well as I was briefly talking with Annalise. I'm very well versed in Canva, Photoshop, the whole campus, pretty much.
Okay.
Nice to see you. Thank you so much. Yes, Senator Omasor.
Hello, one of my questions is, what's your like primary goal that you want to achieve while being in SGA?
My pride, you guys mind if I do it
Go ahead, you're more than welcome to.
Oh, okay. I would just like to be a voice and catalyst for change and representation among students. And I know, and even from hearing throughout the meeting, a common kind of struggle, for lack of a better word, is exposure. And I should be able to engage with SGA is something that you just have to be in this room to actually understand what's going on. So I feel like the whole goal of marketing is to make everybody feel like they have accessibility to SGA and that SGA has accessibility to them. So that's my goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Senator White.
So, how would you make, you basically said that you want more transparency with SGA and the student body. How are you going to do that? Like, what are you going to try to put into your positions to make that happen?
Given that my position is mainly behind the screen, I've sort of studied the science behind interaction on social media. So there's certain colors that provoke emotion out of people. So if it's something that we're like, we need to engage in now, we need to use warm colors, red, yellow, so it shows urgency. So I would try and implement more of, I guess, a scientific data backed research perspective to really get into the brain of what gets people to engage with the post. So like, if you see a post that's red, you 900 things gonna flash at you because you're like, is it so vibrant color versus you see something that's gray, it's like, okay, it's there, I'm gonna scroll past it. So I guess kind of implementing my knowledge of stuff like that to really get people to really see our posts, engage with it, and then hopefully come out, enjoy, with something.
Thank you. Anyone else have any questions? Okay. We don't have any. We'll ask you to please leave the room so we can have a closed discussion and vote on it, and we'll call you back in. So thank you so much.
No problem, thank you.
So now is the time for closed discussion. Any last? In favor, opposed, or abstaining? Okay, with that, the motion passes and resolution number 31. Please, Dr. C, welcome. Okay. I believe that is the only resolution we have for today. Yep. So are there any announcements? Present the roll. So members of the week, yay, can I get a drum roll? Members of the week, first is a really, really awesome engaged senator that has really just hit the ground running, is super engaged, is a self-starter, wonderful, wonderful. Senator Victoria, Member of the week. Now we have our second member of the week who has really been awesome and who just launched the Transfer Council and took on the Tiger Advocacy Advisory Team last week and has just been doing an amazing job. So this week, Director Edwards. Senator Rink.
Hi, guys. Just since it got brought up and it has to do with something I'm passionate about, our wonderful Greek life representative mentioned DeFi, which is my chapter, is hosting our ANAD week. A really quick trigger warning for body dysmorphia, but ANAD stands for the National Association of Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders. So basically, our motto is like, all bodies are good bodies. This is like a fundraising opportunity to help people struggling with body dysmorphia of all kinds. So it really means a lot to me personally, if even if you can't come to an event, if you just like reposted it, because this is something that, especially in Greek life, people really struggle with. So just fundraising making awareness for this philanthropy. If you're available, we have Chapter Feud, which is just Family Feud, but like about Towson. So it's gonna be really fun. We have a lot of people involved, and I would love to see some of you there, or at least repost in our flyer, but that's it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. Like Director Clark mentioned, this upcoming Saturday, March 5th, is the Jayborg badminton tournament. Woo! So it's from 12 to 4 p.m. So I know I posted a few times in the group chat, and I think there might be a flyer or something on the Instagram post. I don't know. But get all your friends, get all your family, just get everyone. Free cupcakes, and there's also prizes if you enter the competitive bracket. So yeah, 12 to 4 at Verdict, Mac 2.
Treasurer Colquitt.
Yes, I said it during my communications, but I really just wanted to stress the fee form tomorrow. As representatives of the undergraduate population, we should all make an effort to be there and know what's going on. And even if you don't want to say anything, just be in the know. Dr. Clark made a really comprehensive document that we'll be giving out before during the tabling. So definitely thank you for that. And yeah, just show up. Refreshment time.
Vice President Ambush. Treasurer Colvin, can you go over how it's conducted for those who have never been to an in-person fee forum?
I'm one of the people that haven't been to an in-person fee forum, but I can say it's just a breakdown of all of the fees that we pay as undergraduate students over the last, I believe, 4 years. It shows the past increases and then the proposed increase for fiscal year 2023. There are fees almost across the board on every department, including tuition as well. There's one fee that did not increase, but for the most part, all the fees are proposed to go up. And so they're kind of just going to give a breakdown of the things that are causing these fees to increase, and then offer students an opportunity to give feedback on those fees. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is your time to ask questions. So for people who are like, oh, why do we have this fee? Like, this is the time you ask those questions, especially since I'm assuming athletics is raising their fee again. So I will be asking questions, I can tell you that. So yeah.
Thank you for that. Any more announcements? Yes, Justice Anderson.
Like you said that we could like say, like ask questions, but like, are those, like, do they care? Like, are they, or like, I don't know how to word this, but like, if we like ask questions, like, are they gonna change the fees based on what we say? Or is it just like, well, we're hearing you out, but like everything's already said? So, like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but like.
Oh, yeah, you make sense. So I know in the past, I believe last year, I don't know if SJ led the effort, but they did like make a reduction in fees based on SJ efforts and student concerns around the fee increases. But that was also due to like COVID, so we weren't really here. There's an opportunity that they will hear feedback, but it's not like students are concerned, so we have to do it. But it is a bad look if you have all these great concerns raised and they do absolutely nothing about it. At least we can say we did our part in making them aware of our concerns if we haven't.
I'll kind of echo that a little bit. In the past, the fee forum prep meeting was also very late. There's a really, really quick turnaround in past years. So we did urge the administration to take that into account, which they did in the timeline. So while it's not completely set in stone, these are all proposed fees. You'll see the language in the presentation that they then have to propose to the state. So there is like, this is kind of a checkpoint on the way there. So if you come with serious concerns, well thought out concerns, that's why this year we'll be having the first time I believe that we've done this fee forum tabling all, I'm not sure, what's the time?
1 to 4.
1 to 4 tomorrow with that comprehensive document. I know that UMD's SGA did something similar and I thought we could do better. So we're doing that tomorrow. So please come out and look at that before you come, so you can come and not just hear it for the first time and then have to process all of it in the moment. But definitely come out if you care where your money is going.
Any more announcements? Okay, if not, are there any motions on the floor?
Senator Omasor?
I got a question.
Yes.
So for this is just a question like for the future, for like students that want to take classes in the winter, right? I noticed the athletic fee is included in that, even though like the students aren't on campus. So I just want to know why. To my knowledge, all of the fees are billed for mini semesters. That is a concern that you can raise tomorrow.
Did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any more questions, announcements for proceed? Okay, are there any motions on the floor? Senator Maddox,
I move that we adjourn.
is there a second? Senator Washington Mary?
A second.
Okay, is there any discussion? If not, we'll now vote to adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed or abstaining? Great, without the motion passes and meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone,